Another mock draft video for you today, but this time with the second overall pick. I really like how this team came out. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. But before we get started, if you can hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, it helps us out a ton battling this YouTube algorithm. Let's get into it. We have a 12-team full PPR snake draft. We have the second overall pick, no kicker, double flex. So let's see what we can do. Let's see who's the first overall pick, and Jonathan Taylor, who's likely going to be the first overall pick in a lot of drafts this season. But it's on me, and I'm thinking I need to go for a running back. You got to think, by the time it comes back to me, there's a lot of picks before I get to pick again. And by the time it gets back to me, there's not going to be a lot of running backs available. So looking at the running backs available here, we got Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are the guys I'm looking at. And I'm going to take the risk and go with Christian McCaffrey. I understand he has that injury prone tag on him, but look, you can't really go around and predict injuries. Let's be honest. All these players have the potential to be injured this season. So you can't really predict that kind of stuff. I understand it's been 2 seasons in a row that he has burned people in fantasy, but I'm going to take the risk. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But it's back to me. And looking at the running backs available, we got Alvin Kamara, who we are unsure how long he's going to be suspended for and miss time. So until that verdict is out, I'm staying away from him in drafts. But who I like here, and I'm expecting a bounce back season, is Saquon Barkley. The Giants did a lot of work to their offensive line, and hopefully that reflects in Saquon Barkley's production this season. It's back to me, and I definitely want to go for a wide receiver right now. We got Mike Evans, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Deontay Johnson. I'm going to go with Mike Evans here. Mike Evans has been super consistent, has had 1,000 yards in every season that he's played in the NFL. Tom Brady's his quarterback. Chris Godwin is coming off an ACL injury and likely won't be ready right away. So I expect him to be super involved, especially early on in the season. So I don't mind Mike Evans at all. And it's back to me, and let's see what running backs we have available. Josh Jacobs, who we saw last night in Thursday Night Football. Can't believe he played in a preseason Hall of Fame game, but he was out there. He played a good amount of snaps. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. It was kind of shocking to see your starting running back out there in a preseason game. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not looking at him though right now. Let's see what wide receivers are still available. We got Terry McLaurin, who I really like, but we got Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton, who I like even more. Russell Wilson is the quarterback for these guys. And look, when Russell Wilson was the quarterback for the Seahawks, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett were both top 10, top 15 wide receivers. These guys are likely going to be Tyler Lockett, Jerry Jeudy, and Cortland Sutton going to be the DK Metcalf. These guys are going to be fantasy relevant this season and have a good opportunity to finish as top 10, 15 wide receivers this season. Getting him in the 4th round is a steal. I'm going with Cortland Sutton here. I like Cortland Sutton over Jerry Jeudy, but I don't mind either of them. So back to me, and let's see what running backs are available still. I think I'm going to wait on the running backs, and let's draft another wide receiver, and Terry McLaurin is still available. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. Look, I understand Carson Wentz does not have a good reputation of being a good quarterback, but look at Michael Pittman last season. Michael Pittman finished as a top 15 wide receiver last season. Terry McLaurin is an elite wide receiver, so I expect him to be fantasy relevant. Even with Carson Wentz under center, I think Carson Wentz is a decent quarterback and can get it done, so don't mind Terry McLaurin. Back to me though. So we got Michael Thomas. There's a good chance that he just returns to his old form and is a top 10 wide receiver this season, but there's also Juju Smith-Schuster, who's on the Chiefs now, who is in a unique situation. There's a lot of available targets without Tyreek Hill on this team, and someone on this team needs to step up and be the wide receiver one, and Juju Smith-Schuster has a good opportunity, so I'm looking at him as well. But I'm gonna go with Michael Thomas. This guy has looked good in camp, a lot of good reports, so I'm not thinking too much about it. I think Michael Thomas can return to his old self, and we know Jameis Winston has an arm and can get the ball out, so I don't mind Michael Thomas at all. And it's back to me, and look, we got AJ Dillon, Kareem Hunt, Cordell Patterson, Tony Pollard. So looking here, it's between Tony Pollard and Kareem Hunt for me, and I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt. So Kareem Hunt is in a good situation this season. With Deshaun Watson not potentially being available for the entire season, they're going to lean on the running game. So the Browns are going to be relying on Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And we've seen both of those guys be top 10 running backs in the same season. So I expect them to be super involved in this offense with Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback. I feel like they're going to be leaning on the running game a ton. So I like Kareem Hunt in drafts. Back to me though. Let's look here and let's look at our wide receivers. We got Treylon Burks, who I'm pretty high on. I think he has a great opportunity to be relevant this season. The Titans traded AJ Brown to the Eagles for this guy. They're going to need him to step up. They're going to need him to perform at a wide receiver 1 potential. That's what they gave up for him. So that's obviously what they expect out of him. So I do like Treylon Burks. We got Tyler Lockett available here as well. Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, Robert Woods, Alan Lazard. Looking at these guys, I'm going to go with Alan Lazard here. Alan Lazard's in a great situation with Devontae Adams no longer on the team. He's going to have to step up for the Packers. And we've already heard Aaron Rodgers say that Alan Lazard is going to be the guy for them. He has to be the guy for them. So I like Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback. This guy's going to get it done. I love Alan Lazard. He's a steal in drafts. Getting him in the 8th round, I love it. It's back to me. And looking at the running backs here, we have James Cook, Melvin Gordon, Ramondre Stevenson. Those are the guys that I'm looking at here. And I'm going to go with James Cook. James Cook has been making a lot of noise in camp. He's going to be the pass catching back for the Bills. And we know the Bills love the pass. I expect James Cook to be involved in this offense. And it's back to me. And let's take a look at our wide receivers and see who we got available. No one that's really sticking out to me. We need a tight end, so let's see who's available. And we got Albert O. Albert O has a great opportunity with Russell Wilson as his quarterback. I think this guy's going to be a great tight end for fantasy this season. But it's back to me. We need 2 more bench spots, a quarterback, and a defense. So let's look at what wide receivers we have available. And I think I'm going to wait. Let's go for a quarterback. We got Kirk Cousins, Tua, Justin Fields is interesting. He has that rushing upside, but consistency is what I worry about him. This may surprise you, it may not. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins. He's not going to have those 30, 40-point games like some of these quarterbacks are able to reach, but Kirk Cousins is a great, reliable quarterback in fantasy, so I don't mind Kirk Cousins as a quarterback. And it's back to me, and we need to go for a wide receiver. We got George Pickens for Pittsburgh, who has a lot of highlights coming out of camp about him. We got Jalen Tolbert on a team that is very thin at the wide receiver position, so I think I'm going to go with Jalen Tolbert. The Cowboys are in a pretty bad situation. They're very thin at the wide receiver position. They got CeeDee Lamb, and that's pretty much where it starts and ends. So someone's going to need to step up on this team. Jalen Tolbert has a great opportunity, so I really like getting him late in drafts. Back to me, and we got a bench spot in our defense. Definitely going defense last, and I'm going to go with let's see what running backs we got available. I do like grabbing Mark Ingram late with Alvin Kamara potentially missing 6 weeks. I really like grabbing him in drafts, but I'm going to go with another wide receiver, and I'm going to go with Julio Jones. I like Julio Jones. I definitely think they're going to get him involved on this team. We do have Mike Evans, so the correlation playing both of them I probably won't do that, but I don't mind having Julio Jones. Let's say he's very involved in the offense in the first couple of weeks. Now you got some trade bait. You can get someone that could help your team win. We got a lot of good wide receivers, so I don't mind picking up Julio Jones. And with the last pick, we got a defense. We got the Denver Broncos, Colts, Steelers, Titans, Bengals. It's between the Colts and the Broncos, and I'm going to go with the Broncos. We have Albert O and Cortland Sutton, so why not cap it off with the Denver defense? So that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, line them up.